Welcome back to Indianapolis Colts Syndicate. I hope you're having a great weekend. Today, we're going to be talking about players that the Colts should sign before the season starts. All right, training camp just started. We haven't even gotten to the Hall of Fame game, let alone the rest of the preseason. So there's still plenty of time to start adding talent. When you have more talent, you have more competition. More competition equals everybody gets better, and everybody getting better means the team should be good. For starters, I looked at the entire list of free agents, like all of them, all the available free agents. They even have guys that officially retired still on the free agent list on some websites. And of all the free agents, there are only three that I think the Colts should sign. I had four, but Marcus Peters already signed somewhere. So right now, there are three free agents out there I think the Colts should get. We're going to start with left tackle Taylor Lewan, who's been playing for the rival Tennessee Titans his entire career, but is now a free agent after tearing his ACL on September 19, 2022. And back in 2021, he missed most of last season with, I believe it was three different injuries throughout the season that really took him out of action for pretty much the entire season. All right, so you think about the injuries that Taylor Lewan has had. He also had the 5-sack game. Chandler Jones completely ate him alive. So there are going to be a lot of people that say, no, Taylor Lewan, we're good on that former Titan. And from what we've seen from the last couple of years, we're good. But think about who we have right now, left tackle. It's Bernard Ryman going into his second season. Now, he got better as the year went on last season, but Taylor Lewan has been there and done that. He's an upgrade for the Colts as it currently sits. So if there's a chance to bring in Taylor Lewan to help protect Anthony Richardson, I think that's something that you should at least consider if he's going to be playing football. Taylor Lewan very easily could end up retiring. He was just on the Pivot podcast. He has his own podcast with Will Compton. Like, he looks a lot skinnier than he was in his playing days. Now, he did admit he could put on weight very quickly, but he does look pretty lean right now to be coming into the NFL. So there's a good chance he just decides to hang it up again after the injuries. That's a very real possibility. But if he's going to play, I think there's no reason he shouldn't be playing for the Colts. Now, another guy that I think should be playing for the Colts is Kareem Hunt. Now, I know running back isn't the most needed position for the Colts, but could you imagine a backfield with Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor? And then the next play, it's Anthony Richardson and Kareem Hunt. I mean, just think about that. I mean, I know right now, especially as it sits with everything that's going on with Jonathan Taylor and what we've been hearing about training camp, Evan Hull, the 5th-round draft pick for the Colts in 2023, and Deion Jackson are both making plays in the first 2 days of training camp. Zach Moss is already on the roster. Right now, the running back room seems a little crowded, so I understand, again, this might not happen. This might be more of a dream than a reality. I understand that. But the Colts are going to be running the ball a lot this season. So I think you might as well keep adding talent, keep adding depth. If you can keep one of the running backs you currently have on your practice squad and be able to bring in a guy like Kareem Hunt to keep on the roster, I think that's something that you should at least consider in a season where Anthony Richardson, you're probably going to be wanting to use his legs more than his arm anyways, and you're going to be wanting to use your running backs more than you're going to want to be using your quarterback's legs. So it makes sense to bring him in. Again, I understand that it's probably a long shot, but I think it's something the Colts should at least consider. All right, and the third and last guy that I have on this list is defensive end Justin Houston, coming back to Indianapolis. He came in and was immediately one of the favorite players for much of Colts Nation. Just the kind of person he is, and then everything he does on the field, the combination of the two. Justin Houston is somebody that I feel like all 32 fan bases would love to have on their team. He was solid for the Colts when he was here, and his loss was felt immediately after he left, especially on the field. The production that he had in the run game and the pass game was felt immediately upon his departure. And even at his age currently, he's been on the Ravens for the last couple of years. He's been making things happen. He's not going out and having Pro Bowl and all pro seasons. But again, for his age, what he's been doing is very impressive. Like, very comparable career arc to that of Frank Gore and the type of production Frank Gore had late into his 30s. Justin Houston pretty much doing the same thing as a defensive end. And I think he can come in and do that for the Colts in, situational play, right? Like third down or, short yardage situations in run game. And you think about his impact not only on the field, but what his impact could be in the locker room, what his impact could be in that defensive end room, which is so young, and the things that he could teach all those young guys. Like I just imagine Quiddy Pay and Justin Houston being like the perfect pair of vet and young guy, and being able to teach him some tricks to take him to that next level that we all think Quiddy can go, and we just haven't seen him be able to. So for me, of the three here, I think Justin Houston probably the most realistic, probably the one that makes the most sense. This is the one that I hope happens the most. He was a Colt before. I absolutely loved him being in Indianapolis. I would love for him to finish his career in Indianapolis and help this young group be able to become a better version of themselves and propel this Colts team into the future of what we're going to become in the Anthony Richardson era. So I'd love to know what you think about these ideas. Who do you think the Colts should sign from the current free agents? You let me know down in the comment sections. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep coming back for more Colts content, and I'll see you for the next video.